Hello, Global Studies. This is Mr. Gallagher. I'm going to take a few minutes and walk you through how we are going to do our government write-up for our Create an Island portfolio. So what I have in front of me right now are our instructions here on the left and our Foursquare slide that you will fill out on the right here. All right, so let's take a look at these instructions first. So we have spent the last 2 days in class learning about the four major government systems that are found in the world today. And now it is your time to apply what you learned about those government systems in order to create your own island's government. We are going to do this in the form of a Foursquare that you see on the right-hand side. And I'll go through that example in 1 second. So there are 4 boxes, and in each box you need to include some different things. In box 1 on the top left, you are going to choose one government system for your island, and you can choose from democracy, dictatorship, oligarchy, or monarchy. And if you choose monarchy, let's pay attention to the bold here, you need to make sure that you choose either a constitutional monarchy or an absolute monarchy. So a little bit of an explanation needed for that. Then what you're going to do is explain that government system that you chose in at least 3 sentences, and you need to be sure to include the name of the government system that you're going to choose, and also you need to make sure that you describe how that government system functions. In order to do this, you need to make sure you include at least 1 image and respond in a minimum of 3 sentences. The second box on the top right is going to take a look at inequalities and injustices and how government systems can help address those. So, since there are many inequalities and injustices happening throughout our world today, both locally and worldwide, we'd like you to think a little bit about what your form of government might be able to do in order to address these issues. So, in order to do this, you're going to write a minimum of 3 sentences and describe what your government does or can do in order to make sure that there are no inequalities so all citizens are treated equally. You're going to have to respond to this question in a minimum of 3 sentences. And if you'd like to include some images here, that's fine, but it is not required for this box. All right. And then we have boxes 3 and 4. These are going to be on the bottom of your slide. Boxes 3 and 4 are going to look at the elements of government. As you can see, we have 7 elements of government to choose from. You are going to choose 2 of those topics and 1 for each of the bottom two quadrants of the Foursquare slide. In each of those quadrants, you need to make sure that you provide both a written and a visual description of how your island reflects the topics that you chose. All right, so what you're going to want to use are your note sheets from our presentation on Monday, along with the readings that we completed on Tuesday to help you complete this piece of the Foursquare. So our options are a flag, where you can create your own flag and you can make the colors and images mean and represent whatever you'd like. You can talk about branches of government. If there are branches of government, how many are there? What are they? What do they do? You can look at leadership and political parties. Explain if there are political parties on your island and who the leader on your island is. Is it a king, a queen? Is it a king and queen that rule jointly? Is it a president? Is it a dictator? Or is it a group of elites that rule your island? Laws, you can create a couple laws on your island. So all you need to do is just describe what those laws might be. Alliances and worldwide organizations. This is where things can get a little bit fun. If you would like, you can join worldwide organizations like the United Nations. You can also create some alliances with other islands in global. That can either be in your own class or in other classes if you'd like. So talk to your friends a little bit and see if you want to maybe create an alliance where you can help each other out militarily or perhaps with other government aid or assistance. So just be sure to describe who your alliances are and what you're giving and receiving in that alliance. Number 6, we look at voting and citizenship. Do people vote on your island? If so, how old do you need to be to vote? All right. How does someone become a citizen on your island? Is it a hard process or is it an easy process? All right. And then the last one, government seat in capital city. All this means is where on your island is your government located and what does the Capitol building look like? So you can choose 2 of these 7 options for your own government system to fill out on this Foursquare. All right, so let's take a look at this example. On the top left in box 1, we have our question to answer. All right, so let's look at our example here. So this is what I've come up with if this was for 8th grade teacher island. So I have the title of our island in the middle where it says government of and then 8th grade teacher island. All right, I've chosen my government system to be a constitutional monarchy. This means that the island is ruled by a royal family that shares power with a governing body called Parliament. This is a limited government, so citizens have more rights because the government can't control everything. People are able to elect their representatives to Parliament, and there is a constitution that contains all of the laws. The royal family is in power for life, and they will pass the duty along to their children, but Parliament members are elected every 3 years. So as you can see, what I've done in this example is I explained the government system that I chose, a constitutional monarchy, and I also talked about how that government system works. All right, I have my image of a crown, and I responded in a minimum of 3 sentences. So this is a complete box. All right, box 2 on the right, describe what my government system does or can do in order to make sure that there are no inequalities so all citizens are treated equal. All right, so this is what I decided to say for 8th grade Teacher Island. The government on 8th grade Teacher Island has many laws in place that ensure all people are treated equally. For example, there are housing laws that forbid rent or mortgage raises based on areas people decide to live. There is also a panel of citizens from different cultures that advise the lawmakers so that the people's needs are always heard. If these laws are broken, there are harsh punishments for violating the laws, such as losing the right to vote or even losing citizenship. All right, so I thought a little bit about what could a constitutional monarchy do to address some of these inequalities, and I also decided what a consequence could be in case people do. Then my bottom 2 boxes, I looked at the 7 options that I had from our instructions. So again, we have a flag, branches of government, leadership and political parties, laws, alliances and worldwide organizations, voting and citizenship, along with government seat and capital city. For my island, the ones that seemed most interesting to me were the branches of government and voting and citizenship. So that's what I decided to describe. All right, so I know that I need to write 1 to 2 sentences, and I need to have at least 2 to 3 images for these 2 boxes. So for my first element of branches of government, I decided that in my constitutional monarchy, there are going to be 3 branches of government, and the executive branch is going to be my king and queen, the legislative branch is going to be my parliament, and there will be judges that hold all members, including the king and queen, accountable to the letter of the law written in the Constitution. And I have an image of a judge here and an image of a constitution that the people on 8th grade Teacher Island will abide by. Then in the bottom right, I talk about voting and citizenship. So again, I gave a 1 to 2 sentence description, and I also included 3 images this time. So in order to vote on 8th grade Teacher Island, one must be a citizen over the age of 18. And in order for people to become a citizen, one must be either born on 8th grade Teacher Island or they need to live on 8th grade Teacher Island for a minimum of 6 months and have a job. All right, and once that's done, people can become a citizen fairly easily on my island. All right, so that's all you need to do. If your complete government write-up looks like this, you're going to be in very good shape. We want you to have some fun here. When you are looking at the elements of government, choose the 2 that are most interesting to you. All right, if you don't know what a government seat in capital city might look like, don't do that one. If you're not sure what laws could look like on your island, maybe skip that one and choose something else. So hopefully you can find 2 of these 7 elements of government that are going to be interesting to you. That's all you need to do for the Create an Island government write-up. Please make sure you pay attention to the instructions along with how long each response needs to be. And please be sure to reach out to your global studies teacher if you need any help. Best of luck to you all. Have a great day.